Hey everyone, Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. Wanted to go through the Mobile World Congress 2019 floor plan because this is a huge event and there's a bunch of different halls, and I want to explain kind of what each hall represents and then where the messaging people will be, as that's for us the most important. So this is a Google kind of sky view of the entire complex, and as you can see here, this is a huge complex. So it goes from about right here all the way through here, and then all the way to here. So we're talking this whole area is the conference center. Let me show you how this looks. So if you look at it, and if I line them up kind of facing the same way, you have Hall 1 right here, Hall 1, Hall 2, Hall 3, Hall 2, Hall 3, Hall 4, 6, 5, and 7. So 5, 7, and then Hall 8 is way out here. Now from the schematics, Hall 8 is the one that has 2 floors. Every other hall, except for this one right here, has 1 floor. This one has 2 floors, but it's more kind of auditoriums up in the top section. So again, you're looking at like Hall 1, Hall 2, Hall 3, Hall 4, this would be Hall 4, then Hall 6, Hall 8, 7, 5, and 3, and 2. So again, it's pretty complex, and this is 1, obviously. Pretty large area. So I want to go through and show you kind of what it looks like. I'm going to keep this one there. So this is Hall 8. And this is actually Hall 8.1, which is the second floor. This is the most important for messaging people because these are all the messaging companies. I've done my best to kind of highlight some of the top ones here. You have, CM.com, you have InfoBip, Route Mobile, CLX, MessageBird, Urban Airship, some of the more kind of push applications. And then you have the GSMA way up at the top up here. Messaging Limited. So a lot of different messaging companies are on the 8th floor, the 8th hall, but the 2nd floor. And again, that is right here. And actually, I think it goes like this. If you were to look at it and put it together with this would be the entrance to the Hall 8. And again, 2nd floor. Okay, then you have Hall 7. This would be right here. So you have Hall 7, a bunch of different companies, but again, not very many messaging companies except for in Hall 8.1 and Hall 4 where they have the Innovation City. So here's a lot of the different companies. What's interesting too is you can look, each kind of row is marked by a number, and then they have numbers for each stall. So you can kind of find places based on what hall you're in, and then what the number is, the letter. So now we're on to Hall 6. So we just went through Hall 7. Now we're on to Hall 6, which is kind of close to Hall 8. So here you can see you have Mavenir, kind of a messaging type company. But again, not many messaging type companies in Hall 6. Hall 5. Hall 4, this one's interesting. So Hall 4 is right here, this area. So to get to Hall 8 from 4, you got to go through Hall 6 and then get to 8, or go from 8 to 6 to 4. This is where the Innovation City is. There's going to be a lot of RCS demos in the Innovation City. So I think a lot of messaging people are going to be hanging out here and in Hall 8.1. Also, note is AT&T, large wireless carrier in the United States, is located here as well, and they have a pretty large booth. Again, this is Hall 4. Hall 3 is interesting. We're going to be spending some time here looking at all the different phones from Samsung, Sony. You have you have Nokia, ZTE. So a bunch of different phone manufacturers are in Hall 3. This is Hall 3. So really cool space. I think this is going to be really interesting to see kind of what the new innovations for phones are. Then you have Hall 2. Hall 2 would be interesting because you have some really large wireless hand set manufacturers. So Ericsson, you have this one. I can't even say this one anymore. But then you have Cineverse down there. They're kind of messaging as well. LG. And then you have, again, Hall 1. Hall 1 is right kind of at the entrance by the auditorium here. You have China Mobile. You have Interop, which is sponsoring all of our videos. That's going to be down there in the corner. Again, Ericsson, so some large wireless carriers, handset manufacturers. So again, to review, Hall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.1 is where the majority of mobile messaging companies are going to be hanging out. That's where their trade show booths are. And then Hall 4 is where the GSMA Innovation City is. So let's look at this here. You have Hall 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 7, and then 8. Again, 8.1 is where all the messaging companies are going to be hanging out. That's where most likely you'll find us at Tatango. If you guys have any questions, let me know, but this is a review of the 2019 floor plan for the GSMA Mobile World Congress in Barcelona.